train and they would get after it, and you know what their medal was back in the day? It was this wreath. So they would actually be done with the race and maybe they won. They would go to what was called right in here, the judgment seat or the bema seat. And if they won, they would come and this judge would actually put a crown, this wreath around their head. Now eventually this thing would get, it was leaves and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it'd get crusted up and die and that kind of stuff, But that's what they were going for. We as believers, when we step into eternity, we're going to be in front of the same thing, the bema seat, the judgment seat of Christ. Now, it's not heaven or hell, but this is for believers. All believers will step before him, and he'll be able to look at all of the things that you've done in your life, good and bad. He'll be able to look at your motive when you're serving God. Do you know that? He'll look at your motive too. And those things that you're doing truly as unto the Lord to serve him and to serve others with a genuine passion for that and a genuine heart, he's just crown of righteousness. He's just laying rewards on you. He's going to bless you like crazy. That's motivation for me, man. I want to be well-pleasing to my God. I want to be able to step into eternity and receive that prize. So, verse 24, run in such a way that you may be able to attain it. As we bring this Bible study to a focal point, let me suggest three things. Run in such a way that you may be able to obtain it. I would say this, if you're a note taker, run with knowledge, run with purpose, and run with discipline. Run with knowledge, run with purpose, run with discipline. I love the New Living Translation in this verse 24. It says, run to win. Run to win. You only got one life, man. Don't meander around. Let's run to win. Let's win souls, man. Let's get after it. So run with knowledge. Verse 25 says, these guys, they do it to win or to obtain a perishable crown, but we an imperishable crown. There's nothing wrong with, let's say, a guy like Michael Phelps getting up early and training. I love that. To be disciplined is awesome. But what's the grand scheme? What's the end result? He probably will. I imagine he'll come down with 8 gold medals. But eternally speaking, those medals will eventually rust. The money he will get and endorsements and all that, I love it. There's nothing wrong with it. Hear me now. There's nothing wrong with hard work and being blessed by that. It's great. But if that's your main goal in life and that's your focal point, you will always be empty and you will not store riches in heaven. And I don't know his heart, so I'm not even going to talk about that, but there's people that are doing it for a perishable crown. I remember winter conditioning in college. Oh my good golly. 6 at 5 in the morning. You guys have been there, just run until we vomit. And what was my whole purpose? My purpose in college football was to get to the NFL to get a bunch of money and fame and this and that. It's a perishable crown, I think of a guy like Brett Favre right now. Mahomes can't give up the game because what's my goal now in life? I'm done with it. I've been chasing Super Bowls. I've been chasing fame and money and my face on SportsCenter, which has been there probably the last month, every day. What next? I remember being that point in my life. Being cut by the New York Jets, coming back to Iowa State, working for Jimmy John sandwiches. Now, Jimmy John's got the bomb sandwich again. I ain't tripping on Jimmy John's, man, but my whole goal, the crown I was going for in life, got taken away from me. I was no longer there. What happened? Who cares? That goes to our number 2 point. Well, there's no purpose in it. No purpose. Why am I living anymore? Why? I don't need to work out. What I was going for, my purpose, it's all gone. That perishable crown was taken away. Satan's sly, man. He's kind of like that vendor on the streets in New York. You guys been in New York City and Holmes takes out the jacket. He doesn't even do that anymore. They got a table. They got all the watches there and whatnot. Rolex, dude, $10. Or no, they start at 20. And then they tell you they're get them down a little bit. So I remember being in New York, right? Hey, I'll give you 10. Thinking that I'm schmoozing this guy. He's like, oh, you're killing me, bro. All right, here you go. Dude, I had that for like a week. Thing was broke all over the place. Now Satan's lie, man. He'll sell you the fake. Money, fame. Boy, that looks good. It's perishable, man. It's perishable. Your long hours at the office, great. To be dedicated and to be going for a goal, and love it. But if that's the focal point of your life, to get up the corporate ladder and to make money and so people can call you president, and that's all you're going for, nothing wrong with that if that's what God's calling you to. But if that's what you're living for in life, you're going to come up short. Talk about purpose. Kind of liken it like this. When you're running this race, you're very clear at your goal. You have knowledge now, you have purpose. It's like the difference between men and women when it comes to shopping. Now, my wife might say, hey, let's go shopping, hon. Now, this is a bad example because my wife's pretty much like me when it comes to this, but some lady, let's just go shop. Hey, we're just going to go to the mall and just kind of see what's going on, see what's good, what the sales are. If I'm shopping, I'm like, yo, what am I getting? Okay, I'm getting a pair of shoes. All right, dude, I'm going to the store. They're black. All right, that looks like a good deal. I'm out. Right? I'm focused. I'm zeroing in. Ladies, well, those look pretty good, and I got that dress that I need to. I might have a dance I need to go to or a party, and they're there for like 5 hours. I'm there for 5 minutes. I'm zeroed in. The sad fact is folks are wandering through life with no goals, no focus in life. And they're wandering and they're empty and they're saying, what is this all about? They lack purpose. So you run with knowledge, you run with purpose, and then finally you run with discipline. You run with discipline. You can check Proverbs 6 through 11. I love it. It's good scripture. Remember now, God is penning the Proverbs through King Solomon, who was the wisest guy to ever live. And he's like, you want to get a good Bible study on discipline? Check out the ants. Look at those ants, man. Those dudes are on it, working 24/7. It's kind of like these monkeys. These monkeys, they were doing some research on these lazy monkeys, man. And they're like, man, how do we get these guys to work? And you guys... Wives in here, don't elbow your husbands right now. It says the procrastinating primates, they turned into workaholics when researchers suppressed a gene that helped to sense the balance between reward and work needed to earn it.